Some green shoots of recovery have appeared in the regional New South Wales market after a year in which the market steadily declined in many locations. While locations classified as rising markets continue to be scarce, there are significant numbers of locations which have maintained consistent sales activity through the downturn period, and meaningful numbers of locations which have recently reversed the previous decline in their sales activity. At the same time, there remain a number of locations which have been in decline for the past year or longer. And there are plateau markets, those where sales activity has tapered off and settled at levels below the previous peaks, and they continue to be the biggest cohort in the regional New South Wales market. The figures overall indicate that regional New South Wales is only just starting to emerge from the downturn which has afflicted many parts of the state over the past year or so, and that the market overall continues to be patchy. And the patchiness is seen also within local areas. The 23 City of Newcastle suburbs in our analysis include 4 that are rising, 6 that are consistency markets, and 2 that are recovering markets. That's about half the suburbs with a positive rating. And then there are 9 plateau markets and 2 declining suburbs. And amongst the 41 Central Coast suburbs, there are 4 rising, 5 consistency, and 9 recovering. Again, that's about half the suburbs with a positive rating, as well as 18 plateau and 4 declining suburbs. And this is a common finding in many parts of the regional New South Wales market at the moment. The lack of a coherent pattern within one local area is indicative of markets which have been in downturn and are just beginning to show signs of climbing out of the market trough. Shortage of listings, with vendors reluctant to list their properties for sale in the current climate, partly explains the low level of sales in some areas. But there's a small number of rising markets, and they include Jindabyne in the Snowy Mountains, Lake Munmurra in the Central Coast, Raymond Terrace near Newcastle, and Singleton Heights in the Hunter region. There's also a pattern of gradual improvement in Woolgoolga in the Coffs Harbour area, and the town of Young continues to perform well. In fact, quarterly sales in Young over the past year have been 37, then 46, 52, and now 54. With good growth in the median house price in the past 12 months, including a rise of 4.6% in the latest quarter alone to reach a median price of $430,000. Now, there are 39 locations across regional New South Wales we have found, which we classify as recovering markets, where the latest quarter has seen the previous decline in sales activity arrested, with sales now beginning to turn upwards again. Now, Yamba is an example of a location showing signs of recovery. In 2021, typical quarters recorded around 70 sales, but numbers dropped to 35 to 40 sales per quarter in 2022, before increasing to 45 and 50 sales in the past 2 quarters. There are also significant numbers of consistency markets throughout the state, and they include Bomaderry, Kiama, Leeton, Lennox Head, Lithgow, South Grafton, Springwood, and Woy Woy. Cowra's quarterly sales have been consistently between 40 and 65 in the past 3 years, and its median price has risen 9% in the 12 months to February. Quarterly sales in Oak Flats in the Shell Harbour area have also showed a remarkable level of consistency over the past 4 years, and the suburb of Wagga Wagga within the city of the same name is also a very consistent market, with sales between 50 and 70 in most quarters in the past 3 years, allowing it to maintain solid price growth in the past year and in the latest quarter. Now, one of the features of the regional New South Wales market is evidence of growing demand for apartments in some locations, which is similar to a trend strongly apparent in Sydney. Looking at the price data for the 3 months to February 2023, locations where the median house price has fallen but the median unit price has increased, they include Albury and East Albury, Cardiff, Casuarina, Foster and Tuncurry, Goulburn, Jesmond and Wallsend in the Newcastle area, Carabar and Queanbeyan East, just outside Canberra, Kiama, Nelson Bay and Salamander Bay in the Port Stephens area, Oak Flats, Ocean Shores, Old Bar, Sawtell, Toronto and Warners Bay. Now, examples in the city of Wollongong include Fig Tree, Tyrrell and the suburb of Wollongong. Well, on the Central Coast, there are examples in Urumbar, Point Frederick and the Entrance. In Foster, the median house price showed a decrease of 2% in the latest quarter, but the median unit price rose almost 7%. In Ocean Shores, which is part of the Byron Bay market, the median house price dropped an alarming 11% in the quarter to February, but the median apartment price rose 9%. In Salamander Bay in the Port Stephens area, the median house price dropped 2.5%, but the median unit price rose 3.5%. So overall, the story for regional New South Wales is about recovery, with green shoots starting to appear in numerous locations across the state, with improving prospects for price growth as 2023 continues to unfold.